Hello, fifth graders. This is Mrs. Behrens with your social studies writing today. We're going to continue reviewing paragraph writing. You will need your iPad, your reader's notebook, and a pencil. And here are the learning targets. I can explain the three parts of a paragraph, and I can respond to a question in paragraph format. As a quick review before we dive into our own work, what is a paragraph? A paragraph is a group of sentences, usually about 5 sentences, that are all about the same topic or idea. We've used this visual to help us imagine how to build a paragraph. Remember, we have 5 different parts. We have a topic sentence at the beginning that tells the reader what the paragraph is about. Then in the middle, we have the supporting details. They give more information about the topic. Those are really the interesting parts, kind of the meat of the paragraph, which is why we have it. The cheese, the meat, the lettuce, all that good stuff. And finally, at the bottom, holding everything together, we have a closing sentence. That reminds the reader what your main idea or message is. Now let's practice writing a paragraph together before you will do one independently. Here's a sample question that we might write a paragraph in response to. How were Native Americans and European settlers different from each other? Now, after I read that question, I know that my topic sentence has to tell the reader what the paragraph is about. So I might say something like this. Native Americans and European settlers were different in many ways. That introduces the main idea, the focus of the paragraph, and it tells the reader what the paragraph is going to be about. Now my details are going to give more information. It's going to go into more detail with the response or with answering this question. So I might give 3 different ways that they were different from each other. Native Americans and European settlers had different beliefs about land ownership. So that might be one. I could give more information about that. European settlers thought that people should own the land. Native Americans thought that the land belonged to no one, and instead everyone shares it. So that's offering more details. Now detail number 3, I might give some more information about how they were different. Native Americans and European settlers were also different in the ways they communicated, the foods they ate, and in their traditions. Now that I have my 3 supporting details, this is kind of the bulk of my paragraph, I need to come up with a closing sentence that restates the main idea or kind of wraps everything up. So I might say something like, these are some of the ways that Native Americans and European settlers were different from each other. After I finish writing my topic sentence, my 3 supporting details, and my closing sentence, I'm going to reread my paragraph to check and see if there's any edits or revisions that need to be made. Native Americans and European settlers were different in many ways. Native Americans and European settlers, oh, I see a typo. There we go. had different beliefs about land ownership. European settlers thought that people should own the land. Native Americans thought that the land belonged to no one and instead everyone shared it. Native Americans and European settlers were also different in the ways they communicated, the foods they ate, and in their traditions. These are some of the ways that Native American and there's another typo. These are some of the ways that Native Americans and European settlers were different from each other. Now that we've practiced writing a paragraph, it is your turn to do it on your own. Your job today is to answer this question in paragraph format. What reasons did Europeans have for coming to America? Your answer must include all the parts of a paragraph. Write your paragraph in your reader's notebook, and when you are done, submit a picture to Schoology.